I'm Libby Dyson. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia. And thanks so much for joining me today. I really appreciate your time. Anyway, so this is the card we're going to do today, and it's a resist technique. We're going to do it in different colours, and I needed a couple of cards to send to some friends who are struggling with cancer. So I thought pink's a nice bright and cheery colours, and I've done this one in Flirty Flamingo, Berry Burst and Rich Razzleberry. So they're the three colours I used for this card, and it's on glossy cardstock, and this part is done in shimmery white, and I've added some pearls and some other little details which we'll do together today. So that's those colours. So today we're actually going to do it in, what do you think of these three colours? So Balmy Blue, Blueberry Bushel and Night of Navy. Do you think those colours will work all right together to give me a similar look to this? Oh, and I didn't show you the inside. The inside, back of the envelope, front of the envelope. And I thought we might add some lemon lime twist. What I'm going to start off with is a piece of glossy white cardstock, which measures 9.5 by 13.9 centimetres. And I'm going to use a sponge brayer. Now these come in packets with 2 handles and 4 sponges. And when I did the other card, I just used the one brayer, the one sponge. So this is the sponge I used, and I started off, I made sure it wasn't inky, and I started off with Flirty Flamingo, then added the Berry Burst, and then added the Rich Razzleberry, and it worked really well. I keep mine in one of the wood mount containers. I find that's really handy, just a good size, and keeps them all in one spot so they're not running around all over my craft room so I can't find them. Alright, so what we're going to do is bring in the Stamparatus. If you haven't got a Stamparatus, you really need to get one because they are just great. Alright, now we're using floral frames and foliage frames, and what I've done with this is I've die cut out in shimmery white this piece, and then with the layering circles I used this one, I think. Alright, but don't cut it at the same time. Ask me how I know. I had this one move last night on me, and it sort of got a little stuck in my big shot, and can I tell you it? And it cut into the die a little bit here, and I ended up getting a shard of metal in my finger that I couldn't see. So on went the Band-Aid, and it came out this morning, so that's all good. So that's how I got this piece. So what I'm going to do is, so if you're going to do landscape, you're going to need to, so I just cut the dies in 2 single moves. Don't do what I did. All right, now, so I'm just putting the die that we got down, and I'm putting a hello in the middle of it, and then this one's going to go here. Now, on the last one, I didn't have the flowers in close enough, so I'm going to move them in and see what happens. Straighten that up again. Do you find the stamps stick to your fingers? I do, and I have awful trouble. All right, we'll put that one about there. It's green bin day tomorrow, which means you put out, all your green bits and pieces, and So my husband's working right outside my window, sneezing away. So that's the noise if you can hear it. Alright, so I've got them all positioned well, and I'm just going to push down like that. Alright, I'm going to take the die away and I'm bringing in my Versamark, and I'm just going to ink those up. Now give your ink pad a little twist. I should have something underneath that, like the stamp set, so that it's flat. Alright, that's better. So give it a little twist, make sure it's inked up really well, and then we're going to stamp down, give it a good rub. Now because it's a Versamark, you can't see whether you've got a good imprint or not, so you need to give it a really good push down. Lift that up. Now I am going to come in with a block, and perhaps this one, the one with the 3 on it. I'm going to ink that up with Versamark, and this time I'm just adding some more flowers to the card front. So I'm just going to, actually I don't need the Stamparatus again, so I can take that out of the way. And don't forget to buy a chamois when you get your Stamparatus. Great little cleaning tool. Alright, so I've inked that up again, and I'm going to just come in here and stamp it. Love this floral frames, it's just gorgeous. And the accompanying dies. Put another one up here, I think. Okay, now there's going to be a bit of noise because I need to heat set that with your heat tool. It'll be hard to see. Alright, I think that's about it. Okay, now Alison gave me a bit of a tip once before, so having all sorts of problems today. Alright, so I'm just going to lightly spritz the back of that, and look, it straightens it out. Isn't that a clever tip? Alright, I'm just going to dry that off a bit. There's our page, our card front. Oh, I had this down pat last night. Alright, Balmy Blue, Blueberry Bushel. I spent all day yesterday cleaning up my stamp room because I had so much stuff from when I was away to put away, and then I thought, oh, I'll do a big clean while I'm at it, you know. Don't ask me why I started. Anyway, it's all done now and everything's nice and clean. And I've used double D eucalyptus on my tools and got all the adhesive and everything off. Alright, so I'm just using the sponge brayer, and you just go in one direction so that you don't end up with lines on your brayer. Alright, and I just start off with the page until I get what I think is a fairly good consistency or colour, and I'm doing about a third. Alright, and then you need some paper towel too. Alright, I'm not changing brayers, sponges. This is a great technique. You need some paper towel as well. Alright, and that one out of the way. Come in with the Night of Navy. Still the same sponge. You do need something under your surface to protect it from all the ink you're putting on it. Oh, now isn't that interesting? The Blueberry Bushel is more vibrant than the Night of Navy. So I'm just, maybe my Night of Navy needs re-inking. And then I'm just going to work my way up so that the whole card gets a little bit of Night of Navy, and it just sort of helps blend the colours in a bit. Bit more blue. Are you still out there? Does this work with other types of paper? Only the glossy. Only works with glossy, because you come back in, and I'm going to do a series on resist techniques. So if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, you'll be able to get all of them. And I may do another one next week, I'm not sure. Let's see what the week brings us, hey? Alright, so I think that'll do for that. And then you come in with your paper towel. Alright, so before I do any more on that, I'm just going to come in with the blueberry bushel. And then I can put that away. Reaching over to clean my stamp off. But I put Versamark on. Now you do want to clean your stamp from the Versamark well, because you don't want Versamark on your ink pad, because you won't get clear images. So I'm just inking up with the blueberry bushel, and in the corner Might turn this one around for the envelope, on the back of the envelope, and on the front. Who wouldn't like to get a card that came in an envelope that looks like that? Alright, so I'm just going to pop those in there. Close up my blueberry bushel. This is where I have issues. I need to get the Vaseline to these new ink pads. I have got some now. Alright, come in with some paper towel and just rub. You're just really taking off the excess colour. And I could just leave it at that. See, you're just taking off any excess colour that's left on the top of the card. And just be careful you don't catch the edge of the card. Yeah, glossy cardstock's great for lots of things. I've used it for many techniques. So, as I said, if you go and subscribe to my YouTube channel, you'll be able to see when I have those come up, and I have got some already on there. I didn't have this much ink residue on the pinks, so that's interesting, isn't it? Alright, I think that might about do. Okay, now I'm going to come in with my Wink of Stella. Love my Wink of Stella. Alright, now just make sure the ink comes down the tube. You'll be able to see it come down, maybe not. You'll get a thick brush. You'll be able to see it on the end of the brush tip. There we are. Alright, now I'm just going to tap that on my finger, and you probably can't see, but it's leaving lovely dots of Wink of Stella over my card. Now on the other card, I don't know if you can see those. I'll put it up close. See those little extra dots on the card front? They've all been made with Wink of Stella just by doing this technique. Alright, so do as many or as few as you want, and make sure you sort of get it randomly distributed. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that to dry for the moment, and I'll come in with my lemon lime twist, give it a squeeze. Now with the new ink pads, if you're having trouble giving them a squeeze because they're so new, use an acrylic block. Just pop it down. Alright, so I'll show you. Just pop it down like this, give it a bit of a twist so you've got plenty of colour. Close it up. So this is lemon lime twist. Use that as your palette. Come in with your aqua painter and just drawing some water away from the brush. So hold it upside down and press the tube, and it just seems to pull the water down. Alright, now we're going to colour this with our lemon lime twist. So just come in, and I'm just going to do a quick wash. It's still a bit wet, but anyway, just come in and give those leaves a bit of a wash over. And you don't have to get it all. You can just, leave little white patches if you want. And then I'll go back in a minute and, well, darken up some of those edges. I'm Here Briefly. Okay, I'm Here Briefly hasn't got a name next to it because I can't, you know, it's Technology Tuesday. So, and look, I did this had the idea and then sort of fiddled for a little while, but you can get this done in about 15 minutes. And if you're doing a whole lot, the Stamparatus is fantastic because you can get all your stamping done. All right, now I'm just going to come in and add a bit more colour to the leaves, which you won't be able to tell probably until it's dry. I'm just going to turn this block around so I'm using more of it. So using the acrylic block for our palette. So yeah, you've got to use what you've got, haven't you? If you can't squeeze the lids together to get the ink out, which I think a few people are having trouble with, use your acrylic block as your palette. And you don't have to use, I mean, you can use a big one if you want to, if you're going to do a lot of the one colour, but it doesn't have to be a big block. A bit more. Alright, I think that's about done it. Alright, so you don't need to have all of it covered, but most of it. You can give it some definition by going over bits to get a bit more colour. So what do you think of that? Alright, now even though it's done on shimmery white, excuse me for a minute, I've just got to have some coffee. I've got a very dry throat today and I don't want to go croaky on you. Alright, even though it's done on shimmery white, you can still see some of that shimmer. I don't know if you can see that there. But anyway, I'm going to come in with my Wink of Stella and I'm just going to cover all of it with Wink of Stella. Now this is a little bit problematic in terms of adhering down, but if you've got the mini Stampin' Dimensionals, you'll be right. Alright, so I'm just going to leave that to dry for a second or two before I put anything more on that. And I've got a card base of Blueberry Bushel here, and I'm just going to come in and adhere the inside that we did before. I love that, Libby, thank you. If you've just joined me, I'm Libby Dyson. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia. And the products we're using today are floral frames and the foliage frame framelit dies, which you can get for 10% off as a bundle. If you're not a demonstrator and you would like the Big Plans Planner Kit, let me know because I've got a special deal going on that at the moment too. I think it's about $64 plus postage, but just for this month till the end of the month I've got a special on it at $60 including postage to you. Alright, we also use the layering circle framelits dies. Okay, so that's our card front. Alright, I'm going to come in and adhere the card front to the card. So, are we having fun yet? Is it cold where you are today? I think winter has hit. I can tell you I was a bit over that rain and I'm hoping it's not coming back. I hope it goes west. I met a lady from Mudgee and they haven't had any rain at all. They're crying out for rain. Look, I don't think I use black and I've got black ink on me. Maybe it's Night of Navy. I get ink everywhere. Do you also get inky? That's the front of our card. Now I just need to add our foliage, and for that I'm just using some mini Stampin' Dimensionals and just put them on the fat bits, if that makes sense. So on the broad bits of your leaf. On the other one I'd done a thinner circle around, so I couldn't put it anywhere else on the circle. But with this one, I think because I've done a wider frame, we might be able to put it in other spots as well. So I've got 1, 2, 3. All right, let's see. Can I put one here? I think so. And probably need one here, but use your snips and cut it in half, or cut some off it. All right, I'm just going to put that half there and this half over here. I probably need one more on there, so I'll do it the easy way and come in and chop. It's much easier to do it when it's still on the and I'm not putting pearls on this one. I decided I'd use rhinestones, so we'll add those in a minute. So you just want enough to hold the whole frame up off the card, and yes, it's a bit fiddly, but in the end I think it'll look quite good. Alright, did I get that bit off? No. So, thank you. Yeah, so all these products are available in my online store if you'd like to shop with me. I would be really happy to have you as a customer. I've got a new group starting soon. I'm going to nut out all the details today, and it'll be a group full of ideas on card making, and anybody will be able to join, but I'll have packs to sell as well that will be available to non-demonstrators only. Good prices, so keep that in mind. Tell your friends about it. Don't forget to like and share this video. I'm hoping to be able to do a few more live videos, Facebook or live with Libby, and so subscribe to my newsletter to find out about my specials and Stampin' Up specials. Oh, you know that glue dots on my thumb. Right, now the 3, I didn't do this very well. Anyway, here we go. I'm just going to see if I can get this glue dot off my thumbs. There it is. Alright, now I'm going to use some rhinestones on this card. So on the centres of the flowers. Not having a great day here today. There we go. So you can colour your rhinestones in with your Stampin' Blends if they're not the colour you want. And the Stampin' Blends should be out in all colours shortly. I think they've been held up on a slow boat from China thanks to the US trade tariffs, etc. And yes, so when they're available I'll let you know in my newsletter and you'll be able to buy them. I will have a blends club whereby you'll be able to get all the colours at a monthly cost that might be a little bit more friendly to your bank balance than just buying them all outright. So as soon as they announce that they're available, my Blends Club will get up and working, because I'm thinking that some people might already have some of the colours. Alright, so there's our card and there's the envelope and the inside. I think the lemon lime twist looks alright, doesn't it? I actually think it looks better than the Pear Pizzazz. So this one's done in Flirty Flamingo, Berry Burst, Rich Razzleberry, Pear Pizzazz, Balmy Blue, Blueberry Bushel, Night of Navy, Lemon Lime Twist. I need to fiddle with this, but anyway, I'll do that again another time. So that's it for today. Just that resist technique and how to cut out the frame from the foliage framelits dies. Don't forget you can buy these two in a bundle. Alright, so that's it from me today. Thanks so much for your time and for your company, and I'll see you again next Tuesday at 10 a.m. for Live with Libby. Bye for now.
Let us see inside your mind.